Hello everyone, this is Tengu Ru, and welcome back to another Dark Souls 3 boss drawing. We defeated the Princes of Lothric in the last episode, and have now returned the final Lord of Cinder to his throne. Doing so has opened the way to the Kiln of the First Flame, where the final boss awaits. This challenge will be the ultimate test of our skill. Since Lord Gwyn, the first Lord of Cinder, many exalted lords have linked the First Flame, and it is their very souls that have manifested themselves as defender of the flame, as the soul of Cinder. This deific manifestation of the Lords of Cinder wields a coiled sword, similar to those found thrust in the many bonfires we've come across in our journeys. The coiled sword is said to have existed long before the throneless lords themselves, and symbolizes both humanity's eternal curse and duty. As the fight progresses, the coiled sword constantly shifts forms in accordance to the souls that have become part of it, and the Soul of Cinder's moveset changes to reflect this. Throughout the battle, the boss will change from the standard knight form with a straight sword, to a pyromancer wielding a curved sword, a mage with powerful spells such as Crystal Soul Mass and Crystal Soul Spear, to, finally, a temple knight armed with a spear and miracles. These forms are very representative of the many players who would have played through Dark Souls and ultimately became Lords of Cinders themselves. The wide variety of movesets will test any player's ability, but what's so great about this part of the fight is the sense of familiarity with each form. Through the years of playing Dark Souls games, we've all created builds similar to these, so in a way, we are fighting ourselves. This is only the first phase of the fight, however, as depleting his first bar of health restores the boss to full as it enters its final form. This new manifestation should become immediately apparent to longtime fans of the series. The coiled sword now becomes an ultra great sword, wreathed in flame as the soul of Lord Gwyn takes control. Those familiar with Gwyn will recognize the similar grab attack that he uses along with the miracle sunlight spear. He is very aggressive in this form with long combos, so it will be much more difficult to get hits in. Since parries are off the table in this version of Gwyn, your best bet is to play things slow and steady, trying to bait out moves like his jumping attack that leave him open a little longer. My favorite part about this fight is that it fully embraces the idea that knowledge is power in a Souls game. The boss isn't bringing anything we haven't dealt with to the table, but it represents the ultimate test of our skill as a player, and puts our experience not just from this game, but across all of the Dark Souls games. It's a very fitting tribute for the end of the series. As always, there were so many great suggestions for our gear in this fight. I ended up picking the Elite Knight armor for all the reasons you guys mentioned in the comments. It is the most representative of our character in the Souls series, and since so much of the game is about the eternal cycle of linking the flame, I thought it would be fitting to use the same armor set that we used in my drawing of Lord Gwyn for my Dark Souls 1 series. I also tried to position the characters in a similar way to really bring it all home. Through all the Dark Souls drawings I've done, I've been constantly refining my skill and methods with every drawing I complete, the same way we as players have refined our skills in the games with each area and boss we defeat. Reading comments like, "This is now my new favorite drawing," means a lot to me, as it means I'm getting better with each one. I hope you've enjoyed the journey as much as I have. Although we've defeated the final boss of the game, this isn't quite the end for this series. With the Ashes of Ariandel DLC just around the corner, I'll be returning to Dark Souls 3 to draw all the new bosses we face. In the meantime, I've had a lot of requests for giving Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne the same treatment, so either of those seem like a good place to go. As for which one, I'll leave the choice up to you guys. I'll leave 2 comments below, so leave a like for the game that you would like to see next. There are some great bosses in both of those games, so I'm really excited about either one. As always, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to stay tuned for more boss drawings. I hope to see you in the next video.